वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारि 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 जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज विहारी जय राधा कुञ्ज विहारी राधा कुञ्ज विहारी राधे जय राधा कुञ्ज विहारी राधा कुञ्ज विहारी राधे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा मयि सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा मयि सुभद्रा जय श्रीनाथ जी जय बालगोपाल जय श्रीनाथ जी जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय श्रीनाथ जी जय बालगोपाल जय श्रीनाथ जी जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गौरनिताय 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर महाराज की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की प्रेम से गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की all glories to assembly all glories to assembly all glories to assembly all glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Lord. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Shrimadbhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, Text 19. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasa
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayashu Abhadresu
Nastaplayashu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Bhakti Bhakti
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna, welcome to Devsan Mandir, Shrimadbhagavatam reading. Today we are reading from Canto 1, Chapter 9, The Passing Away of Bhishma Deva in the Presence of Lord Krishna, Text 19. Asyanubhavam
Asyanubhavam
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Veda
Veda
Guhyatamam
Guhyatamam
Shiva
Shiva
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Devarshir
Devarshir
Narada
Narada
Devarshir Narada Sakshat
Devarshir Narada Sachad
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Kapilo
Kapilo
Nripa
Nripa
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Devarshir Narada Sakshat
Devarshir Narada Sachad
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Devarshir Narada Sakshat
Devarshir Narada Sachad
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa.
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa.
Anyone like to repeat?
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Asyanubhavam Bhagavan
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Veda Guhyatamam Shiva
Devarshir Narada Sachad
Devarshir Narada Sakshat
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa.
Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa. We'll go word by word. Asya
Asya
of him,
of him,
Anubhavam
Anubhavam
glories,
glories,
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
the most powerful,
the most powerful,
Veda
Veda
knows,
knows,
Guhyatamam
Guhyatamam
very confidentially,
very confidentially,
Shiva
Shiva,
Lord Shiva,
Lord Shiva,
Devarishi
Devarishi,
the great sage among the demigods,
the great sage among the demigods,
Narada
Narada,
Sakshat
Sakshat,
directly, Bhagavan
Bhagavan,
the personality of Godhead,
the personality of Godhead,
Kapila
Kapila,
Nripa,
Nripa,
O King.
O King.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. O King, Lord Shiva, Narada, the sage amongst the demigods, and Kapila, the incarnation of Godhead, all knew very confidentially about His glories through direct contact. Please repeat. O King, Lord Shiva, Narada, the sage amongst the demigods, and Kapila, the incarnation of Godhead, all knew very confidentially about His glories through direct contact. Perfect. Pure devotees of the Lord are all bhavas, or persons who know the glories of the Lord in different transcendental loving services. As the Lord has innumerable expansions of His plenary form, there are innumerable pure devotees of the Lord, who are engaged in exchange of service of different humors. Ordinarily, there are 12 great devotees of the Lord, namely Brahma, Narada, Shiva, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlada, Bhishma, Janaka,
Sukadeva Goswami, Bali Maharaja and Yamaraja. Bhishma Deva, although one of them, has mentioned only 3 important names of the 12 who know the glories of the Lord. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, one of the great acharyas in the modern age, explains that Anubhava or glory of the Lord is first appreciated by the devotee in ecstasy, manifesting the symptoms of perspiring, trembling, weeping, bodily eruptions, etc., which are further enhanced by steady understanding of the glories of the Lord. Such different understandings of bhavas are exchanged between Yashoda and the Lord, binding the Lord by ropes, and in chariot driving by the Lord in the exchange of love with Arjuna. These glories of the Lord are exhibited in his being subordinated before his devotees, and that is another feature of the glories of the Lord. Shukadeva Goswami and the Kumaras, although situated in the transcendental position, became converted by another feature of bhava and turned into pure devotees of the Lord. Tribulations imposed upon the devotees of the Lord constitute another exchange of transcendental bhava between Lord and devotees. The Lord says, I put my devotee into difficulty, and thus the devotee becomes more purified in exchanging transcendental bhava with me. Placing the devotee into material troubles necessitates delivering him from the illusory material relations. The material relations are based on reciprocation of material enjoyment, which depends mainly on material resources. Therefore, when material resources are withdrawn by the Lord, the devotee is sent person attracted toward the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Thus, the Lord snatches the fallen soul from the mere of material existence. Tribulations offered by the Lord to his devotee are different from the tribulations resulting from vicious action. All these glories of the Lord are especially known to the great Mahajans like Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Kapila, Kumara and Bhishma as mentioned above, and one is able to grasp it by their grace. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsta Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamsta He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namoste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome back to the Alpha Jai Shri Ramakrishna Jai Jagannath Jai Baldev Jai Subhadra Jai Sai Jai. Welcome back to Devasan Mandir Shrimadbhagavatam. We are reading from Canto 1, Chapter 9, Text 19. So yesterday we have seen how Bhishma Deva has revealed who is Sri Krishna. This Sri Krishna is no other than the inconceivable original personality of Godhead. He is the first Narayana, the supreme enjoyer, but he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vrishni, just like one of us. and he is bewildering us with his self-created energy. So yesterday it was being revealed, and today we are going to see the important aspects. Like the first thing is like who truly knows the Lord, and then what is Anubhava, experiencing the Lord's glory. Then comes the Mahajan's secret, seeing mercy in misery. Yeah. So starting with who truly knows the Lord. So Bhishma Deva, who is lying on his bed of arrows, is surrounded by various saintly sages and kings. Yet he is serene. He isn't speaking philosophy from theory. His words arise from realization and more of practicality. He speaks to Yudhishthira. Only great souls like Shiva, Narada and Kapila truly know the Lord's glories. As already we have seen on this purport, like there are 12 Mahajanas, 12 great devotees of the Lord, namely Brahma, Narada, Shiva, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlada, Bhishma, Janaka, Sukadeva Goswami, Bali Maharaja and Yamaraja. So, pure devotees of the Lord are all bhavas, like persons who know the glories of the Lord in different transcendental loving services. So, knowledge of God comes only through service, but not through any scholarship or many mundane scholarship, I can say. Every genuine devotee has a unique relationship with the Supreme Lord, which is Rasa, through which the Lord reveals Himself. As we all know, we are spirit souls, part and parcel of Krishna. We first, like we are in our eternal abode, spiritual planet. So there we have a unique relationship with the Supreme Lord, and we are rendering our service to Krishna and we are pleasing Him. So the analogy I would like to quote in this regard, like who actually knows who is the Supreme Lord, who knows the truly who knows the Lord. So we can't know or we cannot taste the honey by analyzing its chemistry unless and until we taste it personally. Even though if you know lot of theories and lot of formulas or something on honey, you cannot experience that taste. Many people can say honey is sweet, no, honey is that sweet, this sweet. But until and unless you experience it by yourself, you will come to understanding like, oh, okay, honey is this much sweet, honey is this, yeah, whatever they said, it's true. But if you heard only of theory, like only, yeah, honey is sweet, honey is this composed of this formula, and honey is secreted by bees, what would you know about it? You just know about theoretical. You don't have any practical knowledge on it. So, similarly, even though if you know, if you try to know Krishna by various like reading various mundane scholarship or doing severe and severe austerities or penances, but still you cannot know Krishna. It's only through our bhakti, Krishna reveals Himself towards us like Paramatma as He resides in everyone's heart. So when we think of knowing Krishna, do we try to study Him or do we try to serve Him? So even though many people try to study Him, but still, as you all know, He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is unlimited. How much ever we can, with our tiny brains, how much ever we can grasp the knowledge. It's not even a fragment portion of it. But through our bhakti and through our sincere efforts and sincere service to Krishna, Krishna Himself reveals to us, and He also reveals our eternal relationship, what is our eternal position, how we have to attain to that eternal position, and how can we serve Him better. the spiritual world. He reveals himself and he makes a path for us to back to Godhead. The practical example we see in the life of Bhishma Deva. Bhishma Deva is very loyal to Duryodhana, who looked worldly, but it became the setting for his highest devotion. On Kurukshetra, when Supreme Lord Sri Krishna broke his promise and lifted the wheel to attack Bhishma Deva, Bhishma Deva smiled in ecstasy, which is called Anubhava. He wanted to see Krishna rushing toward him, eyes red with love, hair loosened, garments flying. The Lord, subordinate to his devotee's desire. Because Bhishma Deva has this desire of seeing Krishna in that form, and also Bhishma Deva wanted to make Krishna hold weapons. So in order to fulfill his devotee's desire, Krishna has done that. Because we all know, like, Krishna has taken a vow that he will not lift any weapon towards in the fighting with Kauravas. So we can understand from this is like the real understanding of God arises from personal relationship and loving service, but not from our intellectual thinking or any mental speculation on Supreme Lord. So next we are going to see what is Anubhava, experiencing the Lord's glory. So as per the purpose, Anubhava, or the glory of the Lord, is first appreciated by the devotee who is in ecstasy. Perspiring, trembling, weeping, bodily eruptions which are further enhanced by steady understanding of the Lord's glories. We also see in Nectar of Devotion, there are various chapters especially meant for ecstatic love of Krishna, and what are the symptoms of ecstatic love on Krishna. So Anubhava means both spiritual emotion and the experience of God's mercy, expressed through devotee's body and heart. And as we all know, today is the auspicious day of Diwali, on which the Damodar Leela had happened, the pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna. Fortunately, in today's purport, it was being revealed Mother Yashoda and binding the Lord with ropes, which is part of Anubhava. So Prabhupada cites this directly. Mother Yashoda sees her mischievous child stealing butter. So she tries to tie him up to a grinding mortar, Lord Krishna. But the rope is always 2 inches short, which the 2 inches resemble like the first is like our determination or our endeavor, and the second one, it resembles the God's mercy. Unless and until these two are there, we cannot achieve anything. Not only binding Krishna, but anything in this world, unless and until we put our endeavor or effort, and even Lord reciprocate with His mercy towards us in fulfilling that action, then only we are able to do that action completely and perfectly. Until and unless if either of that misses, like our determination lacking or either mercy from Krishna is lacking, we are unable to carry out that action. So here in the Damodar Leela, as Mother Yashoda was trying hard and hard to bind Krishna to a grinding mortar, she tries to attach more and more ropes which are available in their house, because we all know how many cows, like Nanda Maharaj has like 900,000 cows we have, so there are a lot of ropes. There is no scarcity of ropes, so she tried to attach one after the other, but still every time she is about to tie the rope, it was 2 inches short. So after seeing his mother exhaustively tiring to tie Krishna, he finally decided to be tied up by after seeing the love and efforts put by Mother Yashoda. So, and after that, with only single rope, original rope, Mother Yashoda could tie him up. And so it also reveals that Lord Damodara or Krishna in that little Krishna in that form, he reveals that he is not bound by any yogic, mystic yogas or austerities or penances. It's only happened due to the sincere devotion and love towards him from Mother Yashoda. So pure devotees like Mother Yashoda can bind Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is unlimited in his form. So finally Krishna allows himself to be bound. The Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes subordinate to motherly love and to all his pure devotees as well. So today is that auspicious day on which this Leela has occurred. So please take advantage of this day and try to offer ghee lamp to Lord Damodara and recite Damodarastakam, which is very auspicious in this month of Kartik. And little offering of lamp may burn our sins which have been accumulated for millions and millions of years. So little service towards Lord Damodara in this month can render enormous results like millions and millions of times. So this is one of the instance, like example of Anubhava, the infinite being conquered by affection. Next comes like in the purport, Prabhupada mentioned about chariot driving by the Lord in exchange of love with Arjuna. Arjuna, who is bewildered, receives the Gita. Later, Krishna becomes his humble charioteer, washing the horses' wounds after battle. So how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate proprietor of this entire world, entire creation, but still for the sake of his devotee, who is his dear friend, dear Arjuna, he became his chariot driver, and he had done such a great service to his devotees. This resembles another example of Anubhava, divine glory expressed through humility. And another form of Anubhava are tribulations. Tribulations imposed upon the devotees by the Lord constitute another exchange of transcendental pain. When Krishna puts a devotee into difficulty, it's not punishment. It's an exchange of love. We have already seen in the last chapter the prayers of Queen Kunti, how she prayed to Krishna for she wanted Krishna to give her more and more calamities. No one of us could dare to ask the calamity, and if any calamity suddenly comes or suddenly we face any problem, we immediately approach Krishna. Krishna, why have you done this for me? Why only me have to suffer in this world? So we just pray like that. But see the mood of a pure devotee. She doesn't even bother what the calamity is. She takes the advantage of the calamity to get more and more closer to Krishna and to more and more remember Krishna. That's the mood of a pure devotee. So we all know how Prahlad Maharaj faced torture in various ways, like put into fire, stepped upon by elephants, kept poisoned, given poison, yet never saw hatred in his heart. Still, he was just a 5-year-old boy, but still he has firm faith in Supreme Lord, and whatever the condition he is put in, he has full faith on Lord that even if it was his death, he was ready to accept it, because he felt like if Krishna or Supreme Lord wants me to undergo death, then it's fine. So everything he left upon Krishna and he just meditated on Krishna every time. So when even at the critical stage, one day, like when his father asked, "Where is your Lord? Is he present in this pillar?" So then he said, "Yes, he's present everywhere. He's present in the pillar too." So when his father Hiranyakashipu broke that pillar with his mace, Lord Narasimhadeva appeared in his roaring form, and after that we all know how Narasimhadeva had killed the demon Hiranyakashipu. And Prahlad Maharaj told Narasimhadeva, "I do not fear this world of suffering because you are with me." Lord Narasimhadeva insisted upon Prahlad Maharaj, like, please ask a boon, please ask a boon. He was saying, no Lord, I don't want anything, I don't want it. But still Lord Narasimhadeva wanted to give him a boon, so he was trying to give him boon by insisting him. So then he asked, like, please give me a boon so that I would never ask a boon again to you. I just want your devotional service, and I just want you, and I don't want to forget you. I want to remember you. So every suffering to Prahlad Maharaj became an anubhava, proof of God's closeness, because we all know how he was rescued at every time, when he was thrown into the fire, when he was put into tumbling of elephant, when he was thrown into a pit of huge cliff, and various ways Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him, but still each and everywhere there could not be any scratch of injury for him. Lord protected him that closely. So for pure devotees, there is no need to worry. The Lord's protection is always upon them. So Prabhupada puts this line, I put my devotee into difficulty, and thus he becomes more purified in exchanging transcendental bhava with me. So tribulations are dialogues of love between the soul and Krishna. Analogy. So I would like to quote this analogy like, the fire purifies gold. A goldsmith may heat intensely, but only to remove the dross on the gold. In the same way, Krishna's fire burns away false shelters like wealth, prestige, dependence on others, so that only dependence on him remains. Because even though if we try to depend on something, some source or other in this material world, that is, this material world itself is temporary. In that, our life is so short. So how can you rely upon something that is so temporary and that is not reliable at all times? Because even if you are trying to rely on some of your friend or some person at each and every time, sometimes there might be a situation that they may not be, they are in a helpless situation, they are in a very far away place, they could not help you. So at that time, you feel very disappointed, because it's not their mistake also. Because see, every time a person has to stay with you, that's not a mandate in this material, because they have their own work or they have their own life to spend. So relying upon them is our mistake. So then we realize like whom to rely upon. Then we take the shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is reliable at all circumstances, because he is the absolute truth, and he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is present everywhere, and even he is present as Paramatma inside us. So that one more takeaway from this is, tribulations are not punishments, they are personal exchanges of affection designed to deepen the surrender among his devotees. Next, we are gonna see the Mahajana secret, seeing mercy in misery. All these glories of Lord are especially known to great Mahajanas. and one is able to grasp it by their grace. So even if we try to read anything, we try to understand anything on our own by our mental speculation or some mental assumptions and logics, but still we couldn't figure it out what's the actual thing completely. If we could understand also, we could understand a partial. So with that partial understanding, it's not possible to keep faith on Krishna completely. So if we try to get that knowledge through parampara, bona fide disciplic succession, through acharyas, gurus, then we are getting from the source that is directly linking to Krishna, because Krishna himself gave this knowledge to Brahma, then Narada, and it all continues in the parampara from our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. And then from Prabhupada, it's been, Prabhupada is too merciful and he given us various scriptures by translating it into English. So this knowledge is coming through descending or deductive manner. So it's a pure and it's not altered anything, like they did not add anything or they did not subtract anything. The message is forwarded as it is, like we see Bhagavad Gita as it is. So spiritual realization flows through parampara, not through self-efforts. So when we hear Bhishma through Prabhupada, Krishna himself is speaking through Prabhupada's words. So Mahajana's vision in hardship, Brahma, who is bewildered by Krishna's cowherd pastimes, but later sang Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, Brahma Samhita. Amazing prayers by Lord Brahma to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, as we see in Brahma Vimohan Leela, when Supreme Lord Sri Krishna enjoying with his cowherd fellow mates, Gopa boys, in the bank of river Yamuna. One day, Brahma, after killing of the Aghasura demon, a white snake, huge snake, even the demigods, they scare of this demon, Aghasura. So Krishna, after killing Aghasura demon, there were flowers and conch shells blowing from the celestial sky. So this news has been reached to Satyaloka, where Lord Brahma resides. So Brahma was seeing what's happening in this world. So when he saw the scene, like all the Gopa boys were sitting together, eating the prasad that they have bought from their homes. So he was thinking, what? Supreme Personality of Godhead sitting with these boys eating like this? Is he Supreme Personality of Godhead himself? So he just got that doubt. So then he thought, okay, let me do one thing. I will take all these cowherd boys and calves with me. Then I will see how this little boy Krishna, if he comes to me for asking that or what he does. So let's see. So he just took away all the cowherd boys and calves and he just took them to Satyaloka. And in the meantime, what happened on the earth is like 1 year has been passed. And there was no change because Krishna expanded himself into all the other forms of calves, cowherd boys, and after they finished their day, on cow grazing, they went back to their homes and they were very much happy. And when Lord Brahma, what happened? Still Krishna, he did not come to me or he did not approach me. What happened? He was just looking and he was just peeping again on the earth. And he could see the same scene which he was seen previously. He was just bewildered. How could this happen? So this is not an ordinary soul. He is the supreme personality of Godhead himself. I realize my mistake. So then he realizes his mistake and then he comes down and he, not only him, when he comes, there were a lot of Brahmas from various universes. They also assembled there. So by seeing all of them, his pride and his got down and he realized his mistake and offered his humble prayers to Supreme Lord Krishna. And then he returned back all his cowherd boyfriends and calves to him. So we understand how even Brahmadev got bewildered by Krishna's cowherd pastimes. And Narada, being born as maid servant, lost everything, but that loss led him to see the Lord face to face. Shiva, Lord Shiva, who lives in ashes, yet always blissful, chanting the holy name of Rama. Bhishmadev, who is pierced with arrows, yet smiling upon Krishna standing before him. These are all very great devotees, the Mahajanas. As Bhishmadev only mentions these three because they have experience through the direct contact of Supreme Lord, the Krishna, the Anubhava. They felt the Anubhava. Each of these demonstrates that apparent suffering can reveal the Lord's beauty. Prabhupada quotes, like, Prabhupada had every reason to lament. He had old age, he had various diseases, no money, illness, yet he sailed to America chanting Hare Krishna. And he took ultimate shelter of Krishna and he completely surrendered himself to Krishna. His austerities became an anubhava of the divine dependence. And when misfortune strikes, a devotee asks shelter for Krishna and he thinks that he might have done something in his past life or there is some past karma that he has to finish. And he also thinks like, I might be having a lot of suffering, but Krishna being merciful on me, he reduced the suffering to just this much pinpoint one. So that shift in perception turns pain into purification. So one of the key takeaway from this is the sign of devotion is not the absence of pain, but the ability to perceive Krishna's mercy inside the pain. So I would like to conclude today's class by saying few points like Bhishmadeva's lesson to Yudhishthira and to us is as follows. 1. Service reveals the Lord's nature. 2. Love makes God subordinate. As we have seen in Damodar Leela, how he got binded by the rope from Mother Yashoda. And difficulty refines devotion. And hearing from Mahajanas open our heart and it's been filled up with transcendental knowledge which is perfect and complete. So whenever hardships come, remember Bhishmadeva's arrows, Prahlad's torture, Yashoda's ropes and Prabhupada's voyage. All points us to one truth. Krishna's apparent severity is his deepest mercy. When Krishna removes something from our life, he isn't taking away happiness. He is making space for himself. So today, being auspicious day of Diwali, I would like to go through the glories of Diwali deep down. So the story goes that Hanuman was sent by Lord Rama to Ayodhya the day before Lord Rama's arrival as pre-arranged with King Bharat to let the residents of Ayodhya know how Sita and Rama and all their retinue were returning. This was 5 days before Diwali and after Vijayadashmi, victory of Rama's celebration. The story behind Diwali. King Dashrath ruled the rich and prosperous city of Ayodhya. He had 3 wives and Kaikeyi was his favorite. She saved his life in a war at very crucial time. Dashrath granted her 2 favors for saving his life. Dashrath had 4 sons, Rama, the oldest, was everybody's favorite. He was married to the beautiful, devoted Sita. Just before Rama's coronation, Kaikeyi reminded Dashrath of her two favors. She told him to crown Bharat as king and to banish Ram to the jungle for 14 years. Her wishes were granted. The old king Dashrath later died of a broken heart. After a few years in the forest, Sita was lured by the demon King Ravana. Rama, with the help of a monkey general, Hanuman, rescued Sita and defeated Ravana. After 14 years in exile, Rama and Sita returned to Ayodhya. It is in their honor that Diwali is celebrated. Diwali signifies the victory of good over evil. Today in India, for Diwali, all the shops are decorated brightly. Many people make rangoli, as we have seen yesterday, the rangoli at Lord Damodara's Lotus feet. They are filled to capacity in this festive season. Everybody buys new things and decorates their homes. People visit their friends and relatives and give them sweets. On Diwali, friends come over for the whole day and relatives come and go. Everyone has a wonderful time celebrating the return of Sita and Rama. Thus, Diwali has become a day when all the sad things of the past are forgotten and happy times are remembered. There is also a letter of Srila Prabhupada to Hamsadatta Dasa written in context of Diwali festival on 10th October 1968 from Seattle. Letters Book Volume 1, page 549. Diwali ceremony can be observed in the temple by illuminating hundreds of candles in different parts of temple and offering a special prasad to the deity. This ceremony was observed by the inhabitants of Ayodhya, the kingdom of Lord Ramachandra. While Lord Ramachandra was out of his kingdom due to his 14 years banishment, by the order of his father, his younger step-brother Bharat took charge of the kingdom, and the day on which Lord Ramachandra took back the charge again from his brother and seated on the throne, this is observed as Diwali or Deepavali. Deepavali means the same thing. Deepa means candles and Vali means numerous. When numerous candles are lighted, it is called Deepavali. In India, this Deepavali function is celebrated in a special auspicious occasion. This Deepavali function can be observed on 21st October and Prasad can be distributed on 22nd October during daytime, which is known as Govardhan Puja and Annakutta ceremony, which we're gonna celebrate on day after tomorrow on Wednesday. In India, in all Vaishnava temples, this ceremony is observed and hundreds of people are given prasadam according to the capacity of the temple. So I understand that last year the Deepavali ceremony was held in the temple. And there was collection of ample of Lakshmi. So you can do the needful. Hope you are well. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any comments, any questions?
Thanks for explaining Diwali. That was really nice. I needed that. Appreciate it.
I just took reference from Vaishnava calendar. There will be everyday events that happening there. So it's importance of each and every festival is just given in the Vaishnava calendar. Yeah, it's just it even gives reminder every day like this is speciality. So that's kind of like I get notification like today is Diwali. Last week I said Bahulashtami, so like that. It's a good app. Yeah. Grant, you speaking something? Huh?
It's nice about Anubhava, like how the creator is
Glories of experience.
and demigods, they know Krishna in very confidential way.
Yeah.
May this all be the inspiration for all of us to seek Krishna and know him more, learn about him.
Yeah, it's probably.
Try to get connected to him.
Yeah. Through that sincere effort and sincere bhakti and the service towards Krishna, we will try to make it happen within our hearts. Paramatma, he takes more and more steps towards he revealing himself. So hopefully we'll able to realize. Grantara Shrimadbhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.